This is Daf Yom Yerushalmi Daf Dalid. Actually, we finished yesterday 3 lines to the bottom of Gimel and base at the 2 dots. Tani goes Garbe Farsake, and that is in the Vilna on should be in Daf Gimel and base. Yeah, it's Goes Agabe Farsake is above the Mishnah Mahalacha Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 lines above that. Okay, Tony, what did I say? Goy should keep egos agabe farsake. Goy who grafted a nut with a farsake. Hebrew, that's a peach, but I don't know what it is back then. Even though we're not allowed to do that, we're not allowed to do such grafting. It's kilayim. It's not also banoah. No tell me manner yichur. You take a branch of this new plant, and go and plant it somewhere else. What comes from the this graft, this kilayim, kadre parskia. Okay, similarly here, keep tree agabi darkon, alpha gav she'eni sosos kain. The Jews not allowed to do this. Man zora, another may take up his another man zera can take up its seed. Right, before it was a tree, there's obviously a plant, a different plant where you can grow from seed, and you can go and plant it elsewhere. What comes out of this kilayim? Kurve lebanon, some sort of cabbage. Zirnun velefes, manaveneon. It doesn't bother saying us what way that, even though you know how to do it, once the guy did it, you're allowed to take the resulting fruit or vegetable and replant it. But the same idea. Zargon velefes, manaveneon, patre pitra. Zargon velefes is a patre pitra, which is a patra pitra, which you are allowed to replant. Silinun luzon, ubutmin. Ma'avenem pistakin. What comes out of them? Well, from the modern Hebrew, pistakin is pistachios. So maybe they were initially result of a graft. Zaysin rimin. It says rimon here. It's supposed to rimin. You couldn't do it yourself, but once produced, ma'avenem, she's fin, which in modern Hebrew means plums. So I don't think it's what it meant back then. Okay, but they meant they're all the same principle. Halache hatznom vanafus. Radish and lafus, chardal valafson, mustard and lafson. Lastly, one is same on mitzvahs, Greek gourd with Egyptian gourd vermutza, and remutza pishudamin, even though they're similar to each other, climbs that was all kilayim in each other. I just read that out of the Vilna. I think in the article that was previous. Yeah, in the article this was brought down halacha dalid previously, and here in the Vilna it's brought down as a separate halacha hey. I wish they wouldn't do things like that, but there's that deviation is also there in between the article and the Vilna, between those other and the Vilna, and it is frustrating when you're going back and forth. Okay, sorry about that. Rabbi Yonasan said, it says Gemara, Yesh ben shucha achar peri, sometimes they follow the fruit, Yesh shucha achar elin. Sometimes Torah was kind of without fruit, and sometimes after the shapes of the leaves. However, said Son hilcha ben achar peri. We go after the fruit, and the fruit is not similar, even though the rest of the leaves are. And the leaves are different, even though the fruit is similar. They both look the same in both aspects. Oh, before we talk about the shape of the fruit, now we're talking about the taste of the fruit. Since the taste of the fruit is so different, so therefore it's kilayim zeh b'zeh. Halacha vav, change of place, change of pace. And change of place because it's halacha vav in the Vilna, but in the art scroll it is also halacha vav. Wait a minute, I'm getting confused here. No, it's Tzom Anafus also in the art scroll was halacha hey. That's known by now as the Charga. It wasn't Halacha Daled. No, that was a Tabur Chazor. My mistake. I need to apologize to Archibald. Whoops. I got confused. I was wrong. Sorry. That's really apologize to Oswalder. I apologize. Okay. Normally I'll go back and erase and start over again, but I don't think it's that big a mistake. That's necessary to do that. Okay, so Lachabah, this is the same as it should be, because I was wrong. Hazeva Kelev, a wolf and a dog. Kelev Kufri Vashol, the dog of Kufri and a fox. These are Metzvoim, goats and deer. Hayelim, Varachelim, some sort of mountain goats and sheep. Hasus for a parrot, horse, and a donkey. A mule. A parrot chamor, a donkey and a mule. No, the other way around. So a horse and a mule. A pair of a chamor, a mule, and a donkey. A chamor of a road, a donkey with a wild donkey. Abi shitamin zelazem, they're similar to each other. Kilayim zebazeh, they climb with each other. So Gemara infers, Kelvin Kaf Kufin and a Kilayim. It sounds like the dog with the Kufi dog is not Kilayim. Look at Meir. It's not like a Meir. Meir Kilayim. It says they're climb each other. After the Meir Kelim mean Behema, because he says even though a regular dog is a Behema, Moed the Bekelah Kafri Shumin Chaya. It's a type of Chaya. And Meir was a Chayas, there are different species. A Kelvin Kelv Kufri, Al Daiti the Meir, so the according to Meir, the Kelvin Kelv Kufri are Kilayim. Ofla Tanisa. Birds are not mentioned here. Why not? Well, it does mention Behemoth and Chayos. I see say min the bar delay. Min the bar dalia. The different girsa in Shoshana Zapara, but the same idea that they have a certain name of Bar Dalia, that Tani Gol in Pisyonis, although it's not in the Mishnah, the Tani Gol with Pisyoni, Tani Gol with Avos, Apishutam says even though they're similar to each other, Kilayim Zebazeh, they climb with each other. The Shem Elohim Mishnah Shleim Shana Rebbe. Actually, Rebbe taught this us in a Mishnah, not explicitly, but it's an allusion. I should go back and mention that the Bnei Moshe says that the Bar Dalia, the way it appears in Bava Kama, is the base Levi. So it'd be obviously slightly different, but the point it doesn't change the content. So right, Shimon Shon Lokashon Mamish Shleim Shon on Rebbe, it's explicit King Chayv of Kitzben. That covers everything. Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan said, and well, it doesn't really make sense because there's Rabbi Yochanan Tzichel Adad Rabbi Yochanan. So everyone says on the side, Borzura Girsa Amar Rabbi Yoina. Where's the article out here? There's a lot of pages to turn. Also Yona. Change it to Yona. Yochanan in parentheses and then Yona in brackets. Tzurla Adad Rabbi Yochanan. So again, I'm Rabbi Yochanan. Tzurla Adad Rabbi Yochanan. We need that Rabbi Yochanan says about the tiny goal, and we wouldn't know it from the Mishnah of Rebbe in and of itself. Tanina, we learned Shaitas Yisrael changes Taman and Hacha, but we don't do it because in the Yerushalmi, Hacha and Taman mean often the reverse of what they do in the Bavli. So therefore, Hacha means Taman and Taman means Hacha. So Tanina and Hacha Chaya, which means over there, and Per Shanta Hacha. In other words, it says that over there, Chayav Oif, says Chayav, but it's Chayav Oif, but it's not explained. So the Brisa comes and explains more in details about it. And similarly to the Behema Hacha, Pashanta Taman, it says just Behema there, and here in the Kilayim we have the explanation. So Baba Kama says it tersely, and in Kilayim it elaborates it. Uh, so, I'm sorry, it didn't say Chayav before because it's right here. So again, it's all three things. Nina Chaya Parshan Tosat, Nihacha Chaya Parshan Tosat Tamon, Hibehemacha Parshan Tosat Tamon, of Nisa Tamon, Va'asa Parshan Dosa Hacha. So the way he's explaining it, I guess, is that it says it in brief in Baba Kama and elaborates here. But so here the Shaitan so explains that obviously doesn't mean the same thing over here because Ov is explained there, not explained. Ov is explained neither here nor there. It's in a brisa, right? No, it's not a brisa. It is in later on in Parakeh Halacha Ches. So okay, Halacha Ches. So there it talks about Tarigo Tavos. So he's saying that where it says in Baba Kama, after Lo, I mean Bnei Moshe, Lo V'lo Samich Astama, the Asim doesn't like Astam, Astama, the Asim Shalo Shami, Lo Shmi Mishum Din Mishum Din Klam Madoimim Zeh Lazeh, Asatan V'lei Pashan Dasa Hacha, Gam of Kemochein. So we should say also here, Of. Not sure we're answering that. So let's try that again. Rabbi Yochanan, we need that Rabbi Yochanan, but Rabbi Yochanan elaborated in the Brisa, either from the Baradai or from the base Levi. Tninan Hacha Chaya. It says here Chaya, which we said means over there it's Chaya. Parshan Dasa Hacha. It elaborates on what the issue is. Tina Behema. There it mentions Behema in what Rebbe taught us in Baba Kama. Upashan Dasahacha. And we do Upashan Nasahacha. And we explain it over here. Tina Hacha Chaya Pashan Daman means, yeah, again, well, it's there mentions Chaya here, it elaborates. Now, the Meforshim add, the Chaim and the Shai Yisrael, that there's additional halachas also. Because in Baba Kama, in Baba Kama, it's about Hanhaga and conducting was like or Harbah being Marbia one and the other. And here we're talking about no, sorry, that's about Hanhaga. Here it's about Harbah. What's the other thing it's about there? I see. Reb Chaim is very different. So the Tamar and Hachar are the same as they always are. But it's more easier to say the way we're saying it now, like the Shai Yisrael does without switching the gears up. So again, it's seen it says Behem there, Parsha Tamon. Of Tanisa Tamon, here it's in the it says it in that Mishnah of right Chen Chayav Behem Asa Parshanu Hacha, but also explains it there. Means Hacha not only means here, but it means that according to Shadar, so says doesn't mean the same as the previous two things. It means that there in where it says Chayavov Ketzabam, it's going on Hanhaga. It's going on using them in tandem. And the Rabbi Yochanan's Brisa, which is necessary, is talking about Harbah, mating one with each other. So, Ofnisa Tamon, right? Literally means here, but it means in that in uh, um, which is difficult. I'm tempted to go Shari Torah as well now because I think consistency is really the way to go. I'm going to say renege on what I said before. Let's go just a straight Shari Torah because it really is going to make life easier. So read it from inside where he says it. Rabbi Yoina Tzarcha da Rabbi Yochanan Tina Tamon says a Chaya Upashan Disa Hacha. Says Chaya there. It's elaborate here. Tina Tamon Behema says over there Behema. Pashan Disa Hacha elaborates here. Of Nisa Tamon. Of it says there. Bala Diachosha Of also Barba. In other words, even though it says Tamon, it means that in the Mishnah in there Taka means, but here Taka means Tamon. In the Mishnah Baba Kama. Halach Aleph, it only says Hanhagas also. So therefore we needed Rabbi Yochanan's Brisa to tell us that it also is Aser Ve'arba. Okay, Rabbi Yirmiyah Amar, Amar Kana Shalom Reish Lakish. Kana asked Reish Lakish, Hamar Bia Abachayas Yam. So this is a question. If you do arba by fish, which don't procreate the same way as it's outside the body. But let's see, Mao, right? Is that also, even though they first lay the eggs and then the sperm is put on the eggs outside the body of a fish? So is that considered to be marbia if you cross them? So he says, Amalei Od Hanks, name says name, which means you can't crossbreed, even though it's not the same way you're husbanding animals on land. Rabbi Acha, uh, now he says here, hey, see, I'm looking at the chart there. So, I think he skips part of it, he takes part of it out. Yeah, because the next line doesn't make sense if you, as it is here. It says, I guess the way it's written here, it's not just a repetition. It's not the Rabbi Yirmi, Rabbi Kahana asked Rish Lakish, but Rabbi Achaz said in the name of Rish Lakish. And that, hey, Sib Kahana, that Rabbi Kahana asked, Hare Chayasarem, Hare Ksibe, Lemineim, Mati Kilayim, no Heg Bohem. So, Kilayim should apply. It's not possible because, again, now it's not Harboy, it doesn't apply by fish. So how can it apply by fish? So, the Rabbi Yossi Barabun, Hacha Paras Kahana Mitzudasei, Arish Lakish Vitzadyeh. Here Rav Kahana cast his net against Rish Lakish and caught him. What's Rish Lakish going to say about the fish? Rabbi Yonah Pasala. I can answer it. You're right. And according to this version, there is no Isser Harbah by fish. It's not Shaykh, and there's no such Isser. What I'll say is Mishum Manhik. It's going exclusively on Manhik, meaning using them in tandem. But Maisi Chut, you bring a string, the Katab Une de Lakisa, and you tie it to the ear of the Lakisa, one sort of fish, Une de Eureka, and another type of fish, Binun Shaifin, Dain in Dain, and they Shaifin usually means literally to rub one with the other, but and I see. Okay, so so wait is in our Gemara. Vinon Shaifin Dain Dain Umazare. That means that somehow when you're doing the Isser of conducting them together, they somehow mate with each other as a result. Whereas the driving them together is a catalyst for mating. And therefore that, in other words, for procreating, even though it's outside the fish. And that's enough of a Isser to make it, that's enough of an activity on your part causing procreation to call that a kilayim. The Shari Toisol and the Ridbaz both change the Girsa, and they say, take out the word Mazriin, and they say, the Shaif and Din and Dan, Umanhikin. So he said, just Enachanami. There is no kil, according to this version, there is no kilayim in Arba in any way, shape, or form by fish. The only kilayim is by manhigin. The Chaim goes with the Girsa, which is in the Gemara, and he says, in the Shayim Day, Shem Shochim Bayom. Now when they rub against each other. When they swim in the sea, Nizras Fasayom, they leave their eggs and the sperm on the top of the sea, and that is us because Mani Kilayim. So he goes with the Gerson Gemara that this is enough of a catalyst to consider them Chayav on account of Kilayim because of the procreation which occurs as a result of that Haga. Okay, we are now already, I believe, Hey Amid Aleph at the Mishnah, so we will stop here today.